shown up. It's Willie the cat. What's up, buddy? Oh, you're wet. Good old Willie.
Thing about Japanese movers that I noticed is they're extremely careful, like super pet focused, right? Yeah. But I think its actual use is that, like, in the winter when people.
Oh. Okay, the music studio is set up. I got the bells, marimba, drum set, djembe, and the piano. This does not really mean that I'm going to be writing more music, but it will mean that it'll be a lot easier to write music. And also, on the plus side, my room looks like this. Gotcha. Every single day, like, getting in and out of the room has been like a chore because I have so much stuff in here. I have to just climb over everything. I've been trying to get this room to a usable state since like the beginning of this vlog. I think it's close. Something you guys may not know about me is that I am an incredibly slow learner. So I do believe in practice, but there's certain things like not taking naps. How many times do I have to take a nap to realize that it makes me feel worse every single time? I literally talked about this in the vlog like 3 days ago. So, because I took a nap and I felt like crap all day, let us answer questions, since I've been doing such a terrible job at responding to comments. Okay, first question, when are you getting a boosted board? Probably not for a while. I would love to get one. I just spent a lot of money on a computer and it's more of a frivolous thing. I can't really put that to use to make money. I want one though. Tim asks, was the water in Algonquin cold? Surprisingly, it actually wasn't that cold. Even like in the evening when we were swimming then, it was fine. Or was it warm? I feel like at some point it was warm. Maybe the next morning. Selena asked, when are you gonna show me your dance moves? If you click this video here, if I remember to link to it. Jason asks, is black the official AA travel shirt color? No. Mike James asks, do you work out? I work out in the sense that I exercise, so I'll run, I'll play basketball, I'll do that type of stuff. As far as lifting weights, I don't lift weights, I want to, but I find it so boring. I do occasionally do push-ups, but you see that on the vlog. Bob, AKA Uptrail71 asks, how many video clips did you get for Algonquin? I don't know how many video clips, but the folder is 368 gigabytes. Chantel says, I'm guessing you had braces at one point. I did indeed. In fact, I had them for like 3 years. It was weird. And I just recently started wearing my retainer again. Maybe that's why you asked. Brian Ishko asks, it's Ishko, right? He asks, what on earth hit your car at 42 seconds in that one vlog? It was my windshield wiper. It was actually just going up and down and it sounded like something hit it. Obadiah Carrillo asks, what keyboard are you using? I was using the Corsair K70. It had the Cherry MX blue switches, but it had a key repeat issue. So like I would press E and it would register twice. So I sent that back to Corsair. They're gonna send me a new one. I do not trust it anymore, so I'm probably gonna sell that. This is just a Logitech K350, and there's an M510. It's fine. I should never have gotten a mechanical one in the first place. It's like $100 for a keyboard. Nobody needs that, come on, man. In the vlog where I was talking about how I try to deal with injustice, he asked, does dulling the impact of a difficult situation increase the chance of emotional repression? If we just tell ourselves that the situation is okay, be it a ticket or whatever, do we lose the impact that activity has on the overall drive to accomplish success? There's a difference between being annoyed about something to actually take action and being annoyed about something where it's all you think about. It's kind of like the difference between, on the one hand, you can say, I'll show him, and on the other hand, you can say, can you believe what he did? Can you believe what he did just relives the moment over and over and over again and doesn't actually have any action? I'll show him. At least in that case, you're actually going to do something about it and get like revenge. You have to know the difference between something that you can do something about and something you have no control over. So like for a speeding ticket, for example, it's either you can go to court and fight it or you can accept it. And either way, the negativity doesn't even need to be involved. The event has already happened. You have choices on what actions you want to take. There's no reason to be negative about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just for me though, my negativity usually overwhelms any action that I can take. So, Ephemeral Rage asks, what was the injustice and where can I watch the commentary? The injustice, don't worry about that, but the commentary, that will be up on the main channel at some point in down the line, I don't know. Seth Domback asks, can you talk about good camera settings to shoot the stars at night? There's a couple of options you have. First thing you can do is have a camera like this that can just shoot in the dark, like right now. Most cameras would not be able to even see me right now, but let me get out the other camera and I'll show you what you can do. Okay, so the first thing is that you're gonna be taking pictures, not video. The first thing you wanna do is open up your aperture. So the f3.5, that's as big as this lens goes. You wanna set your ISO to something high-ish, but not too high so that it's not grainy. And then you need to set your shutter speed to a nice long number so that you can actually see. We're gonna take a picture. And then you get an actually usable picture. So that's a super simplified, very bad explanation, but basically you need to do a time lapse. You can't just do video unless you have a camera that can have a really high ISO. It's actually pronounced ISO. I always say ISO though. Brandon Keck asks if we've ever entertained the idea for doing a Blu-ray release. And actually no, because nobody is gonna be using Blu-rays in a couple of years, but we have entertained the idea of doing a USB thumb drive release. The quality would be better than what it is on YouTube because there's not as much compression. So Soldier 1969 asks, is your post office open that late? So the other night I went to the post office really late at night. They have automated things where you can just punch in the numbers and put it in the slot. Bob asks, how many funny video clips do you have of Andrew? I mean, I've got so many funny clips of all of us, lots of which I can't even show you because it's like, the humor is pretty sophomoric. Is that the word, sophomoronic? Tim Llewellyn says, I'm off to Google Grinders. So a grinder is just like a sub, and I think it's like a toasted sub. They have so many, hoagie, grinder, sub, they're all the same. Although grinders typically have a lot of cheese on them. Man, that's so good, I'm getting hungry. Bryce Newbold asks, do we use ND filters? Algonquin was the first time that we used an ND filter. We used a 0.9 for the lens that I'm using right now, like this. And then for this lens, we used a Indy 500 filter, which is 9 stops of light loss. That's a lot. That was so that we could do f1.8 in the broad daylight. And it worked quite well, actually. Zeppelin fan asks, how does Andrew know all of these plants? It fascinates me. He goes onto Reddit, and there's a subreddit called What Is This Plant? I think he started on the Ohio Natural Parks website. Yeah, basically the internet. Tim B asks, how does one go about seeing your professional work? Most of it I can't show you because it's like corporate videos and stuff, but the video I just did for Jim for his driveway business, that's gonna be going up on his website soon. In fact, Jim, if you're watching, go ahead and leave a comment if you can, and let me know if it's okay if I can just link them directly to it. I should probably put together a demo reel website thing. It just sounds like so much work. AJ Rowe asks, what software do you use for editing? Adobe Premiere CC 2015, Audition. I use that all the time to adjust the audio levels, and then I use After Effects for all the music titles and stuff like that. And I use Photoshop for the thumbnail. Warren Fernandez says that he has the watch from 999. That is amazing. You're one of very few people in the world who has one of those. Congratulations. To everybody else who has no idea what we're talking about, sorry. I just wanted to throw that in there for Warren. Life in Georgia asks, what do you think of the Canon G5X for a beginner? I actually don't have any experience with that, but for a beginner, this is what I always tell everybody, shoot with your phone, man. Get a nice tripod mount for your phone. 99% of what makes a good video is just the fact that it's steady. If you want to get into photography and videography, start with a Canon T3i, but make it a used one and get it as cheap as possible. It's not the greatest camera, but it has everything you need to learn all of the basics. I am J Squared asks, where did your kitchen wall go? My mom took it down a little while ago. While I was out of town, I came home and I saw that it was there. She also just took this down. I think she's gonna do some renovations and stuff. Jason Likens and Earth Insignia ask how tall I am. I am 6 feet tall or 183 centimeters, depending on where in the world you live. This thing is 6 feet 2 inches. This is me standing up next to it. The Technoman 1 asks, what are the major differences between the original Xbox One and the Xbox One S? There's two differences. One, you can stream 4K, and two, it's capable of HDR lighting. Neither of which I can take advantage of. I just bought it because I'm an idiot. Hot for the Hills says, who was in your kitchen toward the end? My BF says it looked like a zombie. That was my mother, not a zombie. Okay, I think that is all the questions that I haven't answered yet. If there are remaining questions, please ask them. If you've left a comment before, I've read all of them. Thank you very much. Lots of them were thought-provoking, lots of them were very nice. But yeah, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. You know what time it is. It's time to spin the wheel of mythicality. I'll see you tomorrow. So, because I took a vlog, Bob, aka Uptrail71, damn it, Bob, aka aka, that's what it is, right? Brandon Keck asks if we've ever entertained, dang it.